Hey people, into tier 3v3 Argent Shelf Redux blue team. We've got Osinski as an Inquisitor, offensive commander, lots of great control abilities, a little bit of support too, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons alongside. It's Caeltos, lead designer of a lead mod, plays a plague champion, starts off ranged combat with his damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair but is very slow. This is the Deckard elite scheme. And rounding off the blue team is Floid as a Lictor alpha melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt, some really good offense and a bit of support too. Red team, Deckard is a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Looks like this is the Legion of the Damned. And alongside Noisy, 5 times monthly Womble tournament winner, plays a Warboss melee commander that walks through objects. Some very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines, and really angry. And another Eldar player rounding off the teams, it's Adila as a commander knob, infiltrating commander that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with their twin link shooters. We have 2 infiltrating commanders there. Shooter knobs probably quite quickly then, since they know they're up against a Lictor alpha. Floid going for some spore mines west side. The solo lane on this map, a very narrow solo lane, is going to be Osinski as an Inquisitor versus Deckard's force commander, and it's a really good lane to have a manticore on because it's so narrow. It's quite difficult to dodge the strikes. Tactical Marines losing a model, first engagement are forced off. Force commander trying to peel models off these guardsmen. Sentinel does have the stomp now. It's double sentinels for Osinski, so most likely devastators from Deckard, but we will see. He might go snipers instead since he does have 2 scout squads, maybe both. Look at these war banners going up from the Orc players. Wow, they give a passive buff and an extra buff when you use the frazzle ability, which all stats I'm pretty sure. There you see the frazzles going off, and that's going to be some sizable buffs. With all of those stacking, they're going to want to try and take those down as quickly as they can. It does take away from your ability to field an army. They cost 75 requisition and I assume take some of your population, but I'm not entirely sure. Noisy, as you can see, with just 1 unit on the field, since he's purchased a bunch of war banners, but there's another 2, so I think that's 3 from one player and 2 from another, since they're limited to 3 per player, I think, unless you're the mech boy who can also build them. Spore mines floating in to make a bunch of orc bits fly around. Here's looters with a big death gun, and look at the damage that Lictor alpha. He does manage to flesh hook them, or flesh hook the model with the gun, which de-sets them up and causes problems. Spore mines, are you going to detonate? There we go. And they took out that model as well, and looters in retreat there. Really good pressure here from Floyd. Just pushed right through the war banners. Spore mines almost wiping that shooter squad. Wow, 2 models with 22 hit points. Really, they paid off big time. They don't always pay off your spore mines, but incredible push there with the spore mines. Really nicely done. Adila's stun bomb goes out, and it's a full retreat from Floyd, and that's unfortunate. A really good push, but now he's got a long retreat back with full health units. And that was just because he didn't want to get stunned, but if you read the energy loss, he might have been able to dodge it, might have, or just back away as soon as he saw that commander knob. It's not always easy to dodge that stun bomb since the radius is reasonable. And it is sniper scouts for Deckard. Floyd, to get into the garrison, Floyd has a warrior brewed up. And tactical marines are also in that garrison. Is it snipers for both of them? It is. Force commander forcing off the Inquisitor, who's got the Holy Brazier, a power weapon, also gives her the Holy Fire, and Rosarius. West side, Noisy doing good job burning down that generator with the burners on his sluggers. But now in almost full retreat. His looters are still in play, his Warboss also still in play, and all of these war banners are still in play. There's that frazzle going off, and again, and he can stack, I think he can stack that up with the war ability as well from the units, and it gets pretty nuts. Plague Champion backing away, he's gone, wow, already fully kitted out. Bile Spewer, Fetid and Blight Grenades, a really cool combo to try and use. You can suppress with the Unholy Stench and then throw your Blight Grenade, or snare with bile spew and then throw your blight grenade. We'll see if he can manage to get any of that off. Helps when he's leveled up, obviously, since he'll have more energy to use those abilities, but that's the Plague Champion off the field for now. And look at this, Deckard creeping into the mid. This is good play. Try and creep into the mid when you can as the West player on this map, and you can catch your opponents by surprise, push back, and then try and bash the natural powers. But it looks like they have seen this coming. Osinski coming mid to reinforce, and has another last turret, and his guardsmen are going to decap and be annoying. Lictor Alpha would feed the tendrils up. Power weapon that heals the Lictor Alpha with each strike. Really powerful thing. Looks like the Inquisitor wants to get close to use Holy Fire. Nope, she's backing away. 499, 417, there is something. It is the Holy Fire. Area Denial does a small amount of damage over time, but it lasts a hell of a long time, so you can't stand in it forever. 499, 411. Here comes the Warboss charging, incredibly angry, and that's what the ability is called. Now I'm angry. Also has spiky armor, so it's got a good amount of health regeneration going. Is he going to be able to run into this Havoc squad? I don't think he is. He did tie up their shots, as it were, for a long time. And here come Assault Marines jumping in from Deckard. Double snipers with Assault Marines, a really cool tier 1 build. Oh, you saw the bilious discharge from the Bile Spewer, completely locking down that blob of Orks. Excellent ability that is. Tried to throw his grenade, but it was dodged with a retreat and a counter push from the blue team. But can they deal with these war banners? We do see Barb Strangler Warriors, an awesome weapon. 25 power though for this thing. 499, 381. Looters suppressing a Lictor Alpha. He's trying to get close with his infiltration, but can't quite manage it. Do we have a shooter knob on the field? We do not. Looks like they're not too worried about the Lictor Alpha sneaking around in mid. 2-to-1 cap for the blue team here. Stick bombers on the field. Another war banner back here. Lictor Alpha's now in combat, but stick bombers are pretty tasty in melee combat themselves. They actually have 80 melee skill and some pretty good melee damage. They're let down by the fact that there's only 4 models with 800 hit points, but they almost took down the Inquisitor there. They are primarily, of course, an artillery squad that can throw those stick bombs to great effect sometimes. A bit random where they land, but they can give entire squads. We've seen it over and over again. West side is still blue. Osinski, I should say, with his double sentinels. He's tier 2, but he's going for a Chimera before he tries to get these missile launchers up, and already has his repair bunker going. He is setting up for the long haul here. 499, 341. Warboss trying to charge in. Havocs have him locked down. There's the Barb Strangler as well. He is really locked down, but he's got Ard Boys, and he is tanking like a boss, like a Warboss even. Into combat now. He's still level 1, and he's tanking like crazy. Ard Boys giving him a 25% damage resistance. That's one of his global abilities, and he saw how long it lasted there. I think it's like 30 seconds. Sentinels were snared by the stick bombers' stun bombs, I believe, which do snare vehicles, and I think it's 1.5 seconds for every stun bomb that hits. I'm pretty sure that's right. 499, 315, so it does stack up depending on your aim, or more likely your luck, and the size of the thing you're throwing them at, of course. Plague Champion, almost level 2, has his Nurgle Shrine up in a very sneaky place, so anything that wants to shoot at it has to come around the corner. That's a dead Kommando knob. Did he have, was that his shot? Is that his shotgun? Yes. So he has his special shooter, an Orky shotgun, which is incredibly powerful and fun to see. Another warrior brood up for Floid with adrenal glands, and he has a zone throat, and his Chimera in a little bit of trouble. Melter bomb on it, and missile launcher from the Tactical Marines. It should be dead. Bang, down it goes. But the Tactical Marines are down to 1 model. They do get away. Missile launchers are up on the Sentinels with their frag missiles loaded in effective versus infantry, as you see them fly in there. Can also switch it out on the fly for crack missiles. What was that? They both stomped. Must have been a misclick or a misuse of a hotkey. Very strange there. Now he can't stomp these assault marines. He needs to be careful because those guys are doing good damage, but they are forced off. Can he decap? He should be able to. What's going on mid though? Big push by red team into the mouth of this Nurgle Shrine area. Will periodically heal allies, need to worship it to be able to reinforce, and here's a death dread from Noisy. All sorts of hell breaking loose now. The good stun bomb, really good stun bomb. Was that from the stun bombers or the commando knob? I think it was from the stick bombers, I should say. Where is that commando knob? He's still down, so it certainly wasn't him. The Confederate tower. Massive amounts of action. Sluggers really close to going down. Are they going to get away with this? Warrior Brood trying to make them not get away with it, and there we go. They do go down. Plague Marines on the field for Caeltos. Ogryn's on the way for Noisy now. Down to his double sentinels and a guardsman squad. But he still has that west side. Really cool to see this war banner usage from the Orks. 499, 249, down goes the Lictor Alpha. That must have been incredibly satisfying. And as you can see, the Nurgle Shrine suppressing this Warboss. It does suppress enemies that get too close. Another benefit of that thing. Death Dread being snared by the Zone Throat from long range. And the Warboss, yes he does, takes down the Nurgle Shrine. We might just see that replaced by Caeltos. Perhaps a bit further up, maybe. But we might just put it back there because it did cause a lot of problems. Orks now being pushed back. Counter push by blue. Can they destroy some of these war banners? I assume they give you XP. They must. They have 800 hit points though. This is quite a lot. Looters taking shots, but they are tied up by Formagaunts who do have their adrenal glands. Does the Lictor Alpha have pheromones? I can't see. Osinski needs to come mid and revive people, but he's not. He's getting his interrogators armor and he has excruciators, so he's got a lot of options over here. Thunderhammer up now for the Force Commander, getting his teleporter. There's a las cannon up. Down goes one of the sentinels then. Ogryn's moving in, and there's the infiltration from interrogators armor. What is it called? Silently, there it is. And there, do we have a scout sergeant? I don't think we do. No, we don't. So those Ogryns are going to get into combat unopposed because they can't be seen. Now they can because they're smacking stuff in the face. The Thunderhammer Force Commander has realised that Submarine is jumping in. They're trying to metal bomb the Sentinel there, not sure. Now the Warboss charging in to support. Has his Power Claw. He is pissed the heck off. Painboy there. I assume he has his stronger kit source. Yes, he does. He's level 2 already. 2-tone cap for blue. Looking strong. Caeltos has some chosen Plague Marines. Unique melee Plague Marines to the Plague Champion with power melee weapons and damage over time. Incredibly tough and difficult to deal with. Explode on death, which heals themselves and allies, unlike Plague Marines which don't heal themselves and do damage of course and knockback. So if you can get them into the fight, which is not always easy because they don't have a melee charge, they are incredibly painful. And Nurgle's Rock can make all sorts of fun stuff happen with zombies and stuff. 498, 172. Plague Marines just tanking the damage of the looters. They did lose a model there, but able to create some looter zombies with the Nurgle's Rock. And they get a volley off before disintegrating as well. Awesome. Now in amongst stick bombers. As you can see, the upfront damage of the chosen Plague Marines, not a whole lot. It's 18 DPS power melee, which is the same as default Warrior Brood models, I believe. But they do have that damage over time, which stacks up a lot. Zone Throat being chased down now. Warboss is back mid. And Deckard is doing a good job pushing back. Ogryns, can these guys do some stuff? Plasma Cannon might hit them really badly here. I think he heard it charging up and tried to dodge. Osinski, is he going for tier 3 here? What is he up to? He must be. 464, 172. I thought he was going to get a Manticore up, but I guess not. Melter Bomb on the Sentinel, but it lives. Well, how long does it live for? Missile launcher coming in. It's being repaired. The Sentinel is
level 3. So 947 hit points, but these scout snipers finish it off. Plasma gun guardsman with a sergeant being tied up in melee combat. Holy Brazier takes a model. Ouch! And a big plasma cannon shot kills a bunch of guardsmen. So yeah, Osinski might need a bit of help over here. 445-172. 2-ton cap now for the red team. Osinski does go tier 3. All the other players are there. I do think he should have got a well, hard to say. Manticore might have been chased down by the tactical missile launchers, and the force commander could have got a power fist and stuff with that teleporter. Would have been good night to a Manticore. So I suppose it did make sense in that regard. Even if it was in base, the force commander might have been able to teleport in and take it out on rear armor. 425-172, 2-ton cap. Lots of stick bombs going off, and a steady push by blue team. They're not committing everything here, or maybe it's just taking a little while to get everything in position. There's some Nurgle worship. Where are the chosen Plague Marines? Oh, they're still back at base, and taking forever to get back. 410-172 rear armor hit from the Plague Marines has stunned, or rather snared, this looted tank, and Caeltos also has a las cannon. The tank lives though. Floyd putting up a capillary tower to try and slow down the tank, I think, but didn't quite work out for him. That awesome Nurgle worship. Health regeneration to all of your infantry, and what should be extra health regeneration for demons, but I don't think it's currently working as intended. It should be fixed for the next update. Inquisitor with her excruciators assail, a really good way to lock down these assault marines. Ogren's in trouble. He does have some Kasrikin, getting their sergeant, which allows him to cap 50% faster than normal and gives him a bit more courage. There he is. 376-172. Pretty quick on their feet, Kasrikin. Flash gets on the field for Noisy. In fact, he has double flash gets with Git finders. He's keeping their snaz guns for the moment, which are basically really crazy shooters, so lots and lots of piercing damage. Look at that. Runny Kommando as well, which have really good defense versus piercing damage, and the Warboss finishes him off with use your choppers on him. Wow, you see how much damage that hit did. A level 3 Warboss. Carnifex on the field with a Barb Strangler for Floyd. Decent choice if he can avoid this being tied up by the Warboss, who has hard boys on him. User choppers does wear off though, and now he's suppressed. Tank Buster's barrage, really nicely placed, knocking back the Barb Strangler warriors. Warboss hasn't given up his chase. He might go after the warriors now. Get some synapse backlashes going, because Carnifexes do take the damage from the synapse backlash. Double cap for red, really good pushback. There's a Noxious Cloud though from Caeltos. Stick bombers are forced to retreat. Double looted tanks here, and a Phobos on the way for Caeltos. Osinski with Catechins on the way. His Kasrikin threatened by the assault marines. I would have thought he'd go for a Lehman Russ as soon as he could, but I guess not. Those scout snipers have been incredibly annoying. 297-172. Still going in mid. Double looted tanks camping the VP here, and Plague Marines are getting shot to pieces. Didn't lose a model though, because they are Plague Marines. Here comes the Phobos. Land ready with las cannons on the side sponsons, twin linked heavy bolter on top, and a dirge caster to protect itself. Thunderhammer Force Commander gets away, does he? Looks like he does. He might attempt an old reliable to finish him off. No, Force Commander does get away with 13 hit points ish. 257-172. Here's the Phobos. That's going to get in shots. Trying to shoot the Warboss there. Smack. We'll see how this Phobos does against two tanks, a powerful Warboss, and tank busters. Their barrage might be incredibly dangerous. Now they're down to 2 models though. As you can see, that twinning heavy bolter has really good range and does a fair amount of damage. Lictor Alpha
What is he up to? Has the deadly jump, just jumped into combat there, I think. Barb Strangler Carnifex does outrageous amounts of damage with this thing. 219, 172. There's the stun bombs. Stunning the Phobos. Can they take advantage? Now the looted tanks moving in. Coordinated attack with a las cannon coming into play. And there's a Rocks. That's bad news for blue team. Caeltos in particular, who's going to take the brunt of this. 217, 166. Phobos lives, but not for long. Down it goes. Looted tanks finishing it off. Yeah. Phobos was done for as soon as that Rocks dropped. Couldn't take it back because it would have taken more asteroid hits and moved it forward into death. Chosen Plague Marines get kaboomed in retreat path and need to retreat all over again. Nob squad on the field for red team, and it's not looking good for blue. Caeltos does still have Plague Marines. Chosen Chaos Space Marines is gone for Mark of Khorne. Floyd has a lot of stuff, but he needs another Carnifex, I think. Maybe even get another Barb Strangler Carnifex, but he might get a Venom Cannon to try and shoot down his tanks. Did one of the tanks go down? Yes, I think it did. It's only one. This is the remains of the other. Floyd still probing. Flash gets for Noisy level 2 and level 2. He's keeping those snaz guns still. And the Carnifex needs to be really careful. Doesn't want to lose that thing. And there's a rocket launcher Kommando hunting it down. He's in turn being tied up by Hormagaunts and Warriors though. 207144. West side is blue thanks to Osinski. Lightning Claw Terminators on the field. How did he take it back? Well done to him. 200, 144. I thought he'd got a Manticore or something, but he hasn't. Plague Marine is trying to cap. Really durable unit, level 2. Where are the Chosen? They're moving up, and here is a Chaos Predator getting the Mark of Nurgle. Turns it into an incredibly tanky thing. Watch the health go up to 1225, I believe it is. Crazy stuff. There it is. Also gives it a melee resistance aura and health regeneration, which will stack up with the new Nurgle worship, which now regenerates health on vehicles. A nice Tyranid formation. The looted tank's going to go down as soon as those Plague Marines get off stun. There we go. Really nice usage of the Tyranid formation. 163, 144. Can they push now? They're going to take back their VP at least. See the Nurgle tank shooting out those poisoned rounds. Might finish off these shooters, level 2. Yes, they are finished off. Flash gets backed away from the tank. They can't really do a whole lot about it. But the Warboss can. Going in with his Power Claw. There's some repair on the Chaos Predator. You see its health flying up since it stacks with its natural health regeneration. And it's Chosen Plague Marines versus a Nob squad. Is he going to put down Touch of Nurgle on his guys? No, he's not. He's retreating them out. 136, 141. Warboss taking tons of damage, is going to go down. Pain Boy also quite low here, needs to be careful. Needs to retreat out, Does he get away? No, he does not. So some losses then for Noisy. Well, losses Warboss. Shooters and sluggers, I think, at some point. He's got tank busters, double flash gits, and a Nob squad. A fully upgraded Nob squad as well. Fighting on the west side. Lightning Claw Terminator is incredibly scary for everything Osinski has. He's going to need to get, Plasma Gun and Kasrykin, and trying to stay back is getting another Kasrykin squad with some more Plasma Guns, I would assume. Do a tank running over the Confederate towers and shooting down the other. 136, 130 is very close on VP's blue team. Been under so much pressure and a really good job consolidating their position here. Plague Champion on repair duty is level 2. Battle Spirit is still relevant because of the Warboss and the Nob squad. But look at this, Adila's got double looted tanks again. 136, 130 with a 1-to-1 cap west side. is the Decider Cap, and Ogrins are just going to run in and do what they can to allow those guardsmen to cap. They are going to be torn to shreds by the Terminators, let alone the Nob Squad coming in. And here's Noisy with the assist. The Ogrins did not last long, did they? Maybe should have backed him out a bit earlier. And Osinski cannot finish the cap. He needs some help over here. He's getting doubled. There is a sail on the Terminators. I bet he wishes he had a Manticore right now. I still think it's a good purchase, even though the Force Commander is a massive threat to it with a Power Fist. But that's a big investment for Deckard to make, getting a Power Fist. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for him, and that's going to make it even more dangerous and even more beneficial for a Manticore, I think, because Manticores are great versus Land Raiders, but you might be able to lock down this west side with a Redeemer. Blue team, though, are pushing mid. Look at this. Plague Marines taking shots. Well, need to retreat out of stun bombs and stick bombs. Confederate tower there. Look at the center of the map, absolutely destroyed. Kaboom. Smack. Lictor Alpha level 4 has the Menacing Visage, which is amazing. Terrify allows you to instantly retreat an enemy squad, and yes, that will retreat the Nob Squad immediately. Doesn't work on Terminators, obviously, because they can't retreat. But an amazing, incredibly hard counter for pretty much any infantry. Retreats them back to base. It is, I think it's 50 power, but once you've got it, and it's going to be dangerous. Oh, Chaos Terminators. Rear arm hits on the looted tank, finish it off. They might go after, in fact they have teleported after this one. Can they do both? Nurgle Predator getting shots doesn't do quite as much damage to vehicles as the other Chaos Predators, even the default one. And oh no, these Terminators in trouble now. Nob Squad, a whole bunch of flash kits. If they had blasters, oh, they do have blasters. Well, at least one squad does. In fact, both squads now have blasters, but they've been suppressed by the Carnifex, and the Terminators live. Nob Squad forced off. Well, showing the Carnifex saving, perhaps saving those Terminators, at least saving another model, I think. They turn to engage with their Storm Bolters. Lictor Alpha jumps out of trouble. Does he get away though? No, he doesn't. Smack. Down he goes. 86, 130. Deckard has the west side sewn up with a Land Raider Redeemer and Terminators. So Osinski is coming mid. Chaos Terminators getting a Reaper autocannon. And Doom of Malantite on the way for Floid. Looted tank near these repairs. Osinski has a good amount of resources. Get a Lehman Russ up, I think. Might be trying to save for a Bane Play, but that's a massive risk. 86, 130. Guardsmen dying in droves. Needs to back them off. And needs to back these guys off as well. Kashyyyk doesn't want to lose these guys. What is he doing? Oh, he's throwing his crack grenade and trying to finish off this looted tank. Is he going to do it? No, it doesn't. Down to 30 hit points. Pretty unlucky there. Flash kits. Those blasters disintegrating Tyranids. As you can see, they sometimes knock back themselves with the shot. There's a 10% chance to happen, I think. Chaos Predator level 2 has done incredibly well with his Mark of Nurgle. The problem with that knockback is it does domino, so they can knock themselves back into another flash kit and knock them over as well. Wow, late game light grenade throw there, I think, and a rocket run from Osinski. That was painful. Looted tank still getting repairs. Chaos Predator now level 3, 1482 hit points on a tank. Carnifex backing down, and where's the Doom of Valentine? It's coming up through the mid. Bashing power. Our Catechins, rocks though, ouch. On the Nurgle Shrine. Is that going to finish the shrine off? Terminators teleport out. It does finish off the shrine. He might just build another one. Not sure if that was the best usage of the rocks. Did it kill a lot of stuff? I suppose it gets rid of the shrine. Kills a bunch of heretics. There's another shrine going up though. And he needs it because he needs to reinforce these Terminators. Already has one reinforcement paid for. Warboss with... oh, he's level 8. Legion choppers up. Charges into a dead end, but can now... look at the damage that swing did to the Lictor Alpha. That was crazy. Is he going to use... Oh, he doesn't have the energy to use Terrify on those Nob Squad models. Terminator's now backing the hell away. Now suppressed though by the Shrine. Blasters now coming into play. West side is still very, very red. Osinski is mid, repairing the Chaos Predator, and Deckard is staying there, I suppose. Oh, he's got his scouts here. I suppose red team are defending the natural okay without him. He has a whirlwind late game as well. Going to be really annoying for blue. Do they have what it takes to push? Here's the Doom Malantite. Sub-Commander Elite Super Unit type thing. Really good for dealing with blobs of infantry, especially heavy and super heavy infantry. The Terminator killer this thing, which they don't have. But flash kits are heavy infantry, and so are knobs, so they will take a lot of damage from the paroxysm if it uses it. Lictor Alpha is going to go down. Dumalantite is unique in that it doesn't naturally regenerate energy, as you can see. It needs to use abilities to get it back, either Leech Essence or Absorb Life. And he managed to decap there, Osinski. Does he have mandates? No, he doesn't. He's level 7 though. 58, 100. And that Carnifex has done really well. Still level 1 though. Another Carnifex on the way for Floid. Might be vital in what he gets for that thing. Chosen Plague is level 2, 24, 75 hit points on 3 models. And they aren't Terminators, that is really tanky. 53, 100 though, the 2-to-1 continues to knock down it. It's up to blue team to find a way through here. There's that Bilious Discharge still staying relevant late game on those knobs. And there's a Light Grenade throw as well. Look at that. A Plague Champion almost single-handedly forcing off a Nob Squad with his Vile Spirit and Light Grenades. The infection spreads to those looters, but they'll be fine. 36, 100. Blue team running out of ideas perhaps. They needed a nuke, I think. Late game. And didn't seem to have one. Caeltos using his red for Chaos Terminators, but he's not that far away from a nuke, and his Chaos Terminators are fully reinforced. There's some Nurgle worship, and we're going to see a push here. Whoa, Blasters disintegrating Termagants, but they do get away. Floyd trying to find a way through on his eastern flank. There is a Purgatus from Osinski's Inquisitor. So he has all 3 armors purchased, I believe, for his Inquisitor. I don't see that very often. Got some zombie stick bombers. Looters are going to be tied up by the Chosen Plague Marines. Really good target selection there from Caeltos. And there is the Paroxysm eating away at the health of these tank busters, but are able to get their barrage away, which finishes off the Chaos Predator. And here's a Rocks. 3 VPs left, and are not going to be able to decap, and red team take the game. A valiant last push. They're just a little bit too late. 2 Carnifexes, and he had 2 Barb Strangler Carnifexes at the end. Awesome stuff. Let's look at the commanders. Level 7 Inquisitor having a fight with the Dreadnought at the end of the game. Plague Champ was level 4 and down. Lictor Alpha level 4 and down. Level 5 Force Commander. Level 9 Warboss, and level 7 Commander Nob. I wonder if he did use Terrify to retreat that Nob Squad when they were slowed down by Bilious. Maybe he did, maybe they didn't retreat of their own accord. But there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.